Hey there, and welcome back to the show. It's been a while. So you can hear my voice is not quiet 100%, but I'm here anyway. Um, I am in the middle of the transition of transformation, as that's what the show was about last week. As I said, well, Mallory said before, I asked her to come on and let you guys know what was going on. I had did not have a voice for around 4 days. But it's somewhere back now. Let me put the mic close to me. And I have a great topic for you today. It has to do with where myself and most of my clients are. And let's just be honest, it's most of you are there also. There are big changes happening in our world, in our universe, in our economy, in our lives, in relationships. And the topic of today's show is elevate or gravitate. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I mean by that and give you an example. So we're always growing, evolving, right? That's why, like the wisdom keepers or the elders, because we learn a lot through experiences. And from those experiences, we consume or we gather wisdom. We see what works, what doesn't work. Sometimes we hold that against ourselves. I don't think that's the best approach, but the majority of people who have been in business or have achieved success, have overcome things to a great degree, typically are a little bit wiser, would you say? Like a little bit calmer because we've grown the muscle for overcoming. That requires a practice. You have to get comfortable with feeling uncomfortable and the resiliency and the fortitude to be anchored in a vision and keep moving through, even though it feels hard and muddy and dark. That we develop this, it's almost a craving for the courage and the daring and the discipline. Like there's something about not growing that scares me. I get really bored and I'm like, oh, something's happening here. I'm not feeling motivated. I'm not getting much done. I'm wanting to procrastinate, put things off. And that's typically when I know that it's time for a change. So the show today is about elevating, which is the change and growing and becoming the wiser version of yourself. And the opposite of that is not continuing, not going to the gym, not growing the muscle, not using the discipline. And what will happen is you will naturally gravitate back to what was. So, you know what naturally happens in the aging process, right? With elasticity and gravity kind of pulls the skin down, the muscle tone, our hormones start to deplete. So we have less hormones in our system. So maybe the hair starts to thin, the skin gets drier, the energy levels are lower, unless we are like fighting against it so that we can maintain or evolve. So elevating or evolving is what are you doing to prevent some of these natural effects from happening? What are you doing to prevent it? We have the potential to do that. So it's not like we want to continue looking 21 all of our lives. Like I don't have a problem with gray hair and with wrinkles and some of the changes that have happened in my body, but I do have a problem with losing vibrancy and vitality and high vibe energy. Like, I don't want to be tired and limping and heavy. And that is what I will get if I don't prevent it, right? If I don't try to change it, we just get complacent. We settle, we get lazy really quick because that is the natural gravitation. We don't have to fight that. It naturally happens. We naturally slow down, right? Think about it when you're behind someone who's a slowpoke, you're like, oh yeah, it's probably an old person, right? We slow down, our senses slow down, our vision changes, our hearing changes, and even the capacity of how quickly our mind thinks and reacts and responds, unless we are actively engaging, challenging. Maybe it's doing, puzzles or learning a new word every day, learning a new language. For me, it's what else can I do in my business? Who else can I help? How can I put this creativity into something that is going to challenge and satisfy me through the challenge? So that is the elevating part. I'm always wanting to elevate the efficiency of how I do things, the accuracy, right? The more we do it, the better we get at it. And then we have this algorithm or this understanding, because we've done it so many times. We know what the system is, the proven system, the success strategies, because we've done it over and over and over. And what worked when we were dieting also worked when we were making money, also worked in our relationships, because how we do anything is how we do everything. All of the lessons that we learn can be used in all areas of our life, but we only need to focus on one area at a time, and the rest naturally shift. So I am going through a major rebrand in the company. There are programs that have been in existence that no longer will be. They will stop where they are. Those who had lifetime access will still be able to get all of the content that was there, all of the replays, the libraries, but we will not be actively contributing to those containers anymore. And that is because I believe the way that we reach our goals or elevate or change is 4 simple steps. We choose what else we want. So, am I willing to stop doing something that was a $500,000 business in order to do something else that will be a $5 million business, right? Am I willing to stop this behavior so that I can become this identity? Am I willing to quit something in order to get something else? So the very first thing is, what do you want? So I've mapped out what I want. Starting next year, I've got a new mission, a new intention. I shouldn't say new, it's the same, but I feel like I've been given a new assignment to get there. The second thing is map it out. Like, what is the map and the path to attain that? And the third step is, who do I need to become in order to have that? Because the Kim that I was this year can contain what I have right now. But in order to have or contain, achieve, receive what I want, I'm going to have to be a different version of myself. Otherwise, I'll keep recreating what I have. Any of you have been doing the same thing year after year after year, and you just can't get to the next break point? You just keep recreating. That's because you have to have this identity shift. So what else do I want? What is the map and the path to get it? Who do I need to become to hold and attain it? And what do I need to get rid of? What am I currently doing? What do I currently have that I can replace? So think about it when you are going shopping. If you continue to shop and bring it home, but you never clear out the pantry or take the old clothes out, it's eventually going to be so much that it's going to be overwhelming, for one thing. And then you won't be able to find anything because you have too much stuff. And so you don't make room for something new to come in. And so that's what we have to do in this 4-step process. So commit to what else, determine how I'm going to get there, become the person who can have that. And that's not easy. None of these steps are easy. And then the last one is, what do I have to cut away to make room for it? Like if you are changing your relationship and you want to have a new partner, you got to get rid of the life that you had. You've got to become the person that's going to attract that partner, right? If you want to start your own business, but all of your attention and focus and time and energy is going on at your job, like how are you going to create something else unless you cut something? Now, there are bridges. We can take steps of becoming without actually cutting. I've been doing that for the last 18 months. And now I've reached or I've maximized what I can do in this new position. So I've replaced what I was doing, right? And now I've built the bridge to what I want to be doing. And now that I'm stepping into that phase, this is when I have to close the drawbridge. I have to end the cycles. If you look back at the previous episodes, there's one called the one thing. And it's like, decide what that one thing is going to be, and then be willing to cut out everything else. So another example of this would be, I want to lose 30 pounds. Okay, so that's the want, 30 pounds lighter. Think of yourself as 30 pounds lighter. And then what do you need to do in order to lose 30 pounds? What is that going to look like? What is the math and the path? I need to do this for so many days. I need to do this. I need to measure this. I need to, right? You'll come up with a plan. I'm going to go to Weight Watchers. I'm going to do Atkins diet. I'm going to do keto. Like, what is it that's going to get you there? What did you determine is the path to get you there? And then the third thing is, who do you need to become? Are you going to continue being the person who's overeating or drinking or the negative behavior that's led to the 30-pound weight gain? Are you going to keep doing that? Who are you going to be? Are you going to be disciplined? Are you going to be committed? Like, who do you as the person need to become in order to be 30 pounds lighter? And the last thing is, what do you need to cut away? So maybe it's the after dinner snacking. Maybe it's sugary items. Maybe it's fast food. Maybe it's chips and dip. Maybe it's appetizers. There will be something that you're going to have to give up in order to get something else. Do you agree? Like, you have to give up the time you were spending there and put it here. You have to give up the money and invest in the help to get what you want. You'll have to give up something. What does that look like for you? So for me, the whole rebrand. So if I want to rebrand, what I have to give up is the old brand. I have to give up the connections to the old brand. I have to give up that identity. I have to give up the results that were being offered in that container so that I can offer these new results. Because if I never let go, I end up just a very complicated, messy business, which is what has happened. And so we have been working this out and mapping this out. We've hired extra help to help us streamline and make decisions. So there, of course, there are strategies and assessments that you can do to do this for yourself. But for the show today, I just want to give an example along with an explanation of what's going to start happening here on the show. You're going to see the rebrand start to happen. I've got interviews that I've been doing with 6 and 7 and 8-figure earners that are talking about how they got to those goals. What did they have to give up? What did they have to start doing? What was the path, the map and the path? What were the unexpected things that happened on their journey? And so as we move into this new identity of the brand, the conversations are going to start to switch. The clients are going to start to change. I've been offering this new mentor opportunity with me. I am most grateful for the mentorship that I have received the last 12 years. When I started coaching in 2012 is when I really came to understand like the value that a mentor and a coach and a guide and leader how they can help me get to my goals so much quicker and help me see blind spots that I couldn't see. And so now that everything is starting to shift, my mentorship is going to shift. So I am talking about business owner success strategies. I'm talking about principles of prosperity, talking about laws of compensation, like universal laws, principles, and strategies that have come from timeless wisdom. I have been like centuries into like readings from 1800, 1900, like text and documents. And oh my God, it's so fascinating and fun. And I'm ready to start sharing that with my clients. So there was a time where my clients weren't ready for that, and I wasn't ready to switch from who my clients were. But now that I have reclaimed myself, or I've reinvented myself to be this different version that has different goals, that has reached different goals, and I'm a little clearer on what this is going to look like, exactly who I'm going to help, and the brand is going to reflect that. So I hope you'll stick around. Um, Let me know how this is working for you, because we're going to tie it into, we're doing a word of the year next week. I've been doing this for years, at the end of the year or the beginning of the new year. And it's going to be all about how can you be more successful as a business owner? How can you create more impact and help more people? So I'm obviously going to have to shorten this. I'm starting to lose my voice. So you're going to see all of those changes. Let me know if you're excited. You can just respond to the email if that's how you got this, or come into the Facebook group. When the name changes and the brand changes, everything is going to change. So I'll tell you about it as it happens. Right now, we're still closing out this cycle, but it will be happening very, very soon. So what are you most excited about? Is this exciting? Does it give you permission to let go of some things, to maybe reinvent yourself, to let go of some things that are not working anymore in your life and your business? I'll just tell you, for those who are curious, like what are you killing off? What are you keeping? Integrative mind body coach training is still in existence, and our goal is to train 100 new coaches next year. It is now a self-paced mentorship certification where you get an entire year of support. The business is still going to be there, but we are focused on sales, marketing, branding, promoting at a very, very high capacity. And the the whole you can heal yourself, you can heal your life vibe is still there. So I'm still training coaches to help you do that. My interest is mostly with the business owner. I've got a 6 and 7 figure accelerator program that's in place. So we're really interested in helping women get to that first 6-figure mark. That is very important to me. That we help any working woman who is under $50,000 a year get to 100,000. Super important. That's a big part of the goal. I expect that we will have 1,000 of those in the near future, that we've actually helped do that, especially through this one-on-one mentorship that I'm offering. And the 7-figure accelerator is for the companies that I'm working with. So some of you who are my clients who already have these wellness centers and clinics and already have employees, staff, and you're right at the 7-figure mark or right above, that is going to be for you also. So it looks like we're moving more into mindset, money, understanding laws, systems, algorithm, prosperity, and how to become more of who you truly are, and to follow that inner guidance that is limitless, that you are in authority of your life, and how to help you and many others attain that. So think of today as a bridge episode, just letting you know what's going to be coming. I would love your support. I would love to hear from you. If there is anyone that you know that would get value from listening to the show, please share, send them to our YouTube channel, share the podcast link, give us a rating and review. That's my ask of you is, can you help us grow this mission? Not only become part of it and benefit and get the advantage of it, but can you help us bring more people on board so that we normalize earning more money, living a healthier life, living and dying well? That is the vision. How can we restore the family unit and natural health and do it in a way that works with the nervous system, that brings your family and friends on board? I believe that we have figured out the path to doing that. All right, I will see you around.